Kabiru by day, Shalewa by night, we bring to you another movie review for today titled RUSE. This is Movie Monday brought to you by Television Nollywood International. I am your host, OLIVIA CHIEDU, and as we said earlier, on today's episode, we are going to be looking at the movie RUSE. Brought to you by bimboademoyetv, who also plays the lead role in this comic piece. It starts out with Shalewa, an HND degree holder, who has been very unlucky in her job hunts. She applies for jobs online, roams the streets for a possible opening, and still nothing. Everyone seems to prefer a male candidate for reasons best known to them. And at this point, she is willing to offer a free service just to prove herself, but all she gets is a no. Back home, she has to deal with a friend-turned-sister, Mabel, who believes that she's the next big SFX makeup artist in Nollywood. And then her landlord, who pressures her day after day to pay up their house rent, and also trying to get Shalewa to have an affair with him. And that is basically Shalewa's reality right now. Derek, on the other hand, is not having things easy with his wife. I mean, if uncontrolled spending was a person, she would be named Tessie. Though she owns the company that Derek manages, she does absolutely no work there, but takes delight in spending the company's profit. Let's not even talk about the late night parties, the coming home drunk, suspected infidelity. I mean, the list just goes on. While discussing with Mabel one day, an idea suddenly pops in Shalewa's mind. Since everybody wants to hire a guy, why doesn't she just, disguise as a man, gets a job, and nobody gets hurt? At least we hope so. And so she applies for the job of a driver through an online site with the name Kabiru. And guess who is in need of a driver? Exactly, Mr. Derek himself. With everything this man goes through at work, the stress at work, and an uncontrollable wife, I remain 100% convinced that Kabiru is the perfect amount of comedy he needed to spice up his life. It was one adventure after another with Derek and Kabiru, from driving him to a cemetery to giving him a taste of the trenches burger while nearly bathing him with a bottle of Coke. It was definitely an amazing comic ride, and we have now come to the end of the ride. Of course, to continue the ride, you can watch the full movie, RUSE by bimboademoyetv. Now, starting the review, first thing I'd like to point out is the reality. Like, come on, this is a very serious issue that a lot of women go through in Nigeria. Male and female counterparts literally doing the exact same job, but the male counterpart gets paid more. And then there's the part of stereotyping jobs to a specific gender. And to be honest, it gets really frustrating for graduates out there. Secondly, the comedy. Somehow, the creators and the writers of this movie found a way to turn these problems around and give us a funny side of it. Trust me, watching Shalewa in her Kabiru mode was definitely a thrill, especially when her girl scream escaped and nearly exposed her. And finally, the cast selection. Derek was played by Kunle Remy, and he gave the character Derek an accurate blend of rich and humble. Derek was the definition of gentility, even when he was angry. Then we had Mabel, Shalewa's friend, played by Ehi's Perfect. And oh my word, the chemistry between these two friends was very contagious. I mean, don't we all just need a foodie in our lives? The character Tessie was played by Sophie Alakija, and this lady brought the right amount of attitude required. It takes a lot not to dislike her after this movie. I mean, she was that good. We could go on and on about the cast delivery, from Baba Elegba, played by Goroso Ekiti, and to Ramot, the house girl, played by Biola Karim. From our mouths to your ears, RUSE is definitely a movie to watch. As I'd like to say, we have come to the end of this episode, but definitely not the end of the show. Movie Monday will be back to your screens next week Monday and every other Monday. So till next week, have fun on our channel and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!